Hi, my name is Carrington and welcome to this beginner guitar lesson on how to play Let It Be by the Beatles with just one fretting hand finger. Before we get zoomed in, let me explain a few things. First of all, the strumming pattern. Like all of these one finger songs, you're going to simply strum one chord per beat, okay? So it's going to sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I was to sing along with that, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Okay, you kind of get the idea there. The next thing, obviously, is we need to know what actual chords are used. Now, this is a 4-chord song. There are 2 distinct sections. We have a verse and a chorus, and the order of those chords changes in each section, which we will get into in just a second, but they are the same chords. And those 4 chords are as follows. Let's get them on the screen. We have a C major, a G, an A minor, and an F. So just for the record, if I say C or C major, that term is interchangeable and it means the same thing. G, G major, same thing. Now, there is one additional thing to this song which you can learn if you want to. I'll leave this up to you, and that is the descending bass line. And we're going to get into more detail in that. But right now, for your benefit, let's get zoomed in. Let's work through the sections of this song. Let's go through one chord at a time. So, first of all, the intro and the verses and the solo have the same chord progression with that bass line that we talked about in between, okay? And those chords are as follows. We have a C chord, which is played by barring the 5th fret of the D, G, and B strings. That is our C chord. That is followed by a G chord, and we take our first finger off and play the same 3 strings, D, G, and B. And that gives us a G chord, so we've gone 5, 0 on those 3 strings. Then we get an A minor chord, and now we've actually got to change to the G, B, and high E strings and bar at the 5th fret. So that's 5 again. So 5, 0, change strings, 5. And then the final chord in that sequence is an F chord. So we go all the way up to fret 10 on the D, G, and B strings. That gives you your F chord, and then we go back to the C chord. So that little sequence there, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you'll recognise that there. And then after those 4 chords, the next 3 chords are slightly different, and that goes C, G, F, C. All right, so all together, those 2 sections together, which will be the whole of the intro or one section of the verse, will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, when I found myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. All right? So that serves you for your intro and your verses. Then we get to our chorus section. Now, our chorus section has the same chords but played in a different order. Okay, we're starting with our A minor chord this time, and that is where we bar the 5th fret of the G, B, and high E strings and strum those with the strumming hand. And then we go to G, which is, we got to switch strings again. The D, G, and B strings strummed open, no fingers there. That's our G chord, all right? And then we go to the F chord, which is up on the 10th on the D, G, and B strings again. And then we go down to the 5th and repeat that C chord. So that would be like this. Let it be, let it be, let it be, just let it be. All right, we have A minor, G, F, C. All right. If we put those two sections together, okay, one after the other, it's going to sound like this. C, G, A minor, F, C, G, F, C. So that was the verse, here's the chorus. A minor, G, F, C, A minor, G, F, C. Alrighty. So in the intro, we talked about the bass line as well. Okay, so there are kind of two bass lines. So one bass line crops up in the song, and it's just this. And that's kind of in the verses. Okay, so let's learn that bass line first of all. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to use it all with the first finger, because remember, this is a one finger song, keeping it nice and simple. And we're using the A string, all right? And we're going to take our first finger up to the 8th of the A and pluck once, then the 7th of the A, pluck once, then the 5th of the A, pluck once, and then the 3rd of the A, pluck once. That is the first 4 notes of a C major scale descending, for any of those of you who are wondering, all right? But don't worry too much about the theory. But essentially, all on the A string, 8, 7, 5, 3. 8, 7, 5, 3. So in the context of your verse, in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. All right? So that descending bass line, instead of playing your F up here on the 10th, you're going to start that bass line at that point, because this note actually here is an F, all right? And then we have the other bass line, which is the longer one, right? So this one is a little bit more tricky, because we've got to change strings. Okay, so how are we going to do this one? Well, we start in the same place, and the first 4 notes are the same thing. So we're starting with our first finger on fret 8 of the A. So it goes 8, and then 7 of the A, and then 5 of the A, and then 3. So same as we had before. Then we go down to 1 of the A, and we do 1, 0 quickly. So all together, A, 8, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0. 8, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0. 8, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0. Then, after we've done the O on the A string, we have to come to the 3rd fret of the low E. And that goes 3, 1, okay, 3, 1. And then we finish on the 3rd of the A. And we can do all this with just one finger, okay? We're not complicating this, we just want to play the song. So 8, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0. Change string, 3, 1, and then back to the 3rd of the A string. And that is how we do those bass lines. Drop something in the comments if you found that helpful, and if you want more one finger songs, check out what's on your screen now.